Hey there, Jeremy Ginsberg. I'm here in the garden of the new house that I moved into a little bit ago in Chiang Mai. And I want to talk in this video about the voice inside of your head. That's right, you have one, don't you? Is it in there? Can you hear it talking right now? Can you make it say hello? Hello, hello, hello? Yes, it's in there, and we all have this voice. And I'm excited to make this video about that voice because I have been devouring content written and audio, actually mostly video and audio content by Michael J. Singer, author of The Untethered Soul and Surrender Experiment. And it's been blowing my mind. It has been silencing the voice in my head. Not completely, but silencing in the sense that it doesn't know how to respond, and sparked this evolution and definitely raised my level of consciousness. So I just wanted to share this with you. And also, by speaking and teaching, I also learn more about where I'm at because it's been blowing my mind. So, if you don't know, I run a coaching business, and I coach a lot of entrepreneurs and creatives. And one thing I noticed recently is I'm heavily invested in the results that they get. I really want them to succeed, maybe even too much. It's almost like I can take it personally if they don't succeed or do what they want to do or say they want to do. And as a coach, I know that that's on me. I should require my clients to be more committed to their goals than myself. But on a practical level, what I realized is the number one reason people don't do what they want to do, what they say they're going to do, isn't because of structure, isn't because of inspiration or motivation or accountability. It's simply the relationship between them and the voice in their head. Nothing else. Because if you have structure, if you have accountability, if you have inspiration, but you don't have the will, the skillfulness to navigate the voice inside of your head, it's all going to turn away. Take fasting for an example. Fasting, or any kind of diet or challenge that requires change and effort or willpower, it all comes down to, can you ignore the impulses of your body? If you're avoiding sugar, or even if you don't want to smoke cigarettes, or you're doing a fruit fast, or whatever it is, that's all it is when it comes down to it. So this is blowing my mind because a lot of the core principles of what I've helped people with is identifying the voice and learning how to deal with choices in life by distinguishing the voices. But recently, I've realized that's still playing. You're still playing in the arena with the voice in your mind if you're going back and forth and trying to discover, is this the head? Is this the heart? Is this the ego? Intuition? Is it fear? And recently, what I've been discovering is, there's a voice in our head. Great. But we don't have to listen to it. We don't have to engage because we are not the voice inside of our heads. I'm not the voice inside of my head. You're not the voice inside of your head. If you were, how would you know that you're the voice? You are the observer. You're aware of the voice inside of your head, right? If it's just the voice, you wouldn't know. If you're just a fish, you wouldn't know what water is. But we have this awareness. We know that, hey, there's a voice inside of our head. We can hear it. We can observe it. We can play with it. We can get mad at it, right? And so this is deep stuff, but wow, it's powerful. And I'm not going to lie. I spent 2 weeks. I had a lot of actually relapse symptoms, if you will. I was releasing a lot. A lot of the headache, migraine stuff was coming back. A lot of emotional stuff. Airplane meditation. So to get into my personal journey, I wrote a post about this recently, but I did 90 days without any alcohol, drugs, or tobacco. And it was amazing, life-changing, groundbreaking. And after 99 days, I decided to reintroduce marijuana into my life because it's been a very useful painkiller. I've been dealing with a lot of chronic migraines, headaches, tension headaches, and it does help. And it helps me relax, helps me sleep, and it also helps me spiritually. I do feel more connected. So I reintroduced marijuana back into my life, and I'm still not sure my relationship with it. But the next 2 weeks just pretty much felt like I took a step back. And I refuse to get into this, oh, is it this, is it that? Like, no, because that's still involving myself. I'm just observing what's taking place. I am not the voices in my head. I'm not the body. I'm like the awareness, and I get to watch this take place. And I mentioned this because I had a rough week. Had to cancel a lot of coaching calls in the morning, and that was very humbling. I was like, felt like a step backwards. But there's a lot of resistance. It's like, no, I want to wake up at 6 a.m. and feel good and have energy all the time, and that's great. But there's this other voice that's super scared. Oh no, are the headaches getting worse? Are we gonna have to cut out marijuana? Is marijuana causing this again? Do we need to blah, 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 all this stuff? And where in the past, I would have stepped in and been like, oh, positive affirmations. What does the heart say? You know, all this stuff of like getting out of the voice and moving into more positive voice. But I was like still staying in that arena. It's like I was still going onto the field and trying to play with what's going on rather than sitting in the bleachers and just watching and saying, wow, look, the voice, my personal computer, that's what I've been calling it. My mind, the personal computer is in fear. My personal computer is scared, is in a lot of pain, there's resistance. And I basically spent the whole week just like really resting. I mean, I still showed up. I had some coaching calls. But spend a lot of the day in bed watching these videos and listening to the content by Michael J. Singer, just blowing my mind about this stuff. Here comes another plane. Let's take a deep breath. If you're still with me, deep breath. Fully in. And release. So the main reason I haven't posted a video in a while is because I love this house, but we're so close to the airport, and I'm like insecure about these planes, but using it to my advantage. We can take a breath, do some plane meditation if that happens. So anyways, I've been reading these, listening to these audio tapes, basically about just like, what is surrender? It's like, don't get involved in that chit chat, because the mind is just this computer that's trying to solve everything. But then there's still that point I'm admitting that there's a problem instead of just letting things be and trusting. So I just wanted to share that because it's been mind-blowing, and I've said mind-blowing like 5 times in this video, but I even find myself now in this point where I'm like, oh, I'm lost. Like, I don't know how to make decisions. What do I do? Blah, 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 blah. And then again, I get caught up. I'm like, oh, I'm just watching that voice. Because that's the mind saying, no, we're lost. We need to figure out a new solution. We need a new pattern of how to make decisions. How do we know what? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's not me. I'm just like allowing that to come through, and it's been powerful. I feel so good. I feel confident. I feel a deeper level of trust and understanding with myself and the universe. And though it was really scary for the last few weeks, and a lot of old stuff came up, I do trust that it's for the better. I'm making some big changes in my life as far as like diet. I'm trying this new therapy called Gerson therapy, which has been amazing so far. Changing up my physical practice. Not sure if I'm going to let go of yoga, but I'm moving towards some energy work, qigong or some martial arts or dancing and other exciting stuff. I don't like to talk about things until I do them. So we'll leave it at that. But a lot of excitement, and yeah. So, the voice in your head. In conclusion, you're not the voice in your head. You're the person who gets to watch the voice in your head. And you have a choice. You can get involved. You can play the game. You can, fight the ego with the ego. But as Michael beautifully describes it, it's like the mind holds your arm and twists it so you're in pain, and then the mind also let go. Allows you to let go of the arm when you realize like the mind's the one causing you pain in the first place. So if you disengage and don't get yourself involved, find more peace, find more clarity. You'll, I guess, be more liberated. You'll be able to live. So All right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, leave a comment, like, love, hate, whatever. Do something. Don't listen to the voice in your mind. One love.